Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. We're going to go ahead and take a quick look at some gaming coins, kind of just helping you understand some dollar cost average targets. I've done this before on a downtrend, when the market is kind of regressing and retracing, and it's helpful to kind of understand where we might be able to invest more as an overall investment in the big picture, right? Because once again, gaming is probably likely going to make a second surge, so it'd be nice to kind of be prepared and ready for that. So here is just kind of first things first. We'll just go in, I believe, just alphabetical order or no specific order. It's not a priority list, but this is just essentially, some of the coins that, of course, I get a lot of requests on. We want to make sure to understand where it might go next. Okay. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. Just love teaching people how to trade. So if you're new to the channel, consider joining CryptoCache.tech as a website. You can become a community member with access to my trading academy, where I teach you how to become a better trader, hands-on, as well as, of course, my signals that I share. A lot of people like that to kind of help you understand how to structure your trades. There is a one-click follow option, of course, so check that in your own time. So here's Axi Infinity. First of all, AXS. This is one that's kind of big in our community. In fact, we have a swing trade open on this one currently, and we need to kind of know if we want to continue to add to our position or not. And ultimately, if you look at the price here, of course, you can see it kind of testing this key level support around $55. Now, $55 is a key level support. Obviously, you can see it was previous resistance as well. So it's going to go ahead and probably likely continue to hold pending Bitcoin doesn't drop below 40,000. Now, these videos are designed to help you understand what's going to happen next. So we can't just go with the anticipation it's not going to drop, right? Key level support or not, Bitcoin is testing its own support as well at 40,000. And if it breaks below that, we should likely see 38 and below. If that is the case, then Axi will probably go ahead and transition down to about $50.36. So a good round number for that would be $51 for a target. Okay, so $51 would be a good dollar cost average target. Secondary to that would be right around 45. Okay, so those are two probably strong levels there. The likelihood of breaking below that is fairly low, but if we were to, you can see a nice support channel here with based on volume at about $37 even. Now I'm using even numbers, and these are numbers that are just above these key level supports for Fibonacci retracement, because I teach this in my trading academy and to my community as well. So if you're not familiar with this, let me just quickly educate you on this. When you set targets for dollar cost average, right, the price is going down, you don't just set them right at the exact key level support. Right, so just say $50 is a support level, in this case $50.36. You don't just set a target right at that exact line. You set a target just above. So just say $51, for example, would be a better price target, because the fact that oftentimes the price can come down, it'll candle wick all the way down to a support level and then reject. So you may not get filled if you put it at exact levels. If you put it the level below, you will definitely wouldn't get filled. But the likelihood of getting it filled if you have it just above and the price is going down, it is much higher, right? So set your DCA targets just above a key level support, and that's kind of the whole scenario that I kind of use my DCA targets for. That's how I base my targets. And what I mean by a target, DCA is dollar cost average. You're averaging your price down. And the whole point of it is to ensure that you have a lower price point later, so it's worth more, obviously depending on how much you invest, but generally speaking, it's worth more at a later date. Okay, if the price were to come back up. Again, this is all ifs. We don't truly know, but the likelihood of gaming coins coming back, I think, is fairly high, just based on the simple fact that they have a tendency of doing well. We're probably going to see that longevity, so to speak. Maybe not forever, don't get wrong. It's not going to be a stable type of scenario, but generally speaking, that's kind of where we're at there. Okay, so again, that's dollar cost average targets for Axi Infinity. Looking here at Engine, let's go ahead and just take the same psychology and apply it here as well. So with Engine, again, these are all based on key level support and resistances on Fibonacci retracement. Okay, that being said, the price is currently trending right around 168, but 165 is a support level. So if you want to add your position here, and you believe 40,000 for Bitcoin is the bottom, go ahead and add to your position here. Wouldn't be a terrible price point, because you can kind of tell this making higher highs and higher lows, but also, again, more recently, lower highs and lower lows. So once again, that psychology, that understanding of the price coming regressing down, it's creating a channel, and that channel is effectively going to continue to progress down and over, right? So we could likely expect the price to come down to 150 and or 131. So a good round number for you would be $1.51, 151, and of course 132 or 133 is the next available support. And worst case scenario, of course, is 109, or just say round number 110 would probably be a better, safer number to shoot for. Okay, so 110, 132, and 151. Okay. That was Engine. This is Gala. So for Gala, it's done actually fairly well recently. So the likelihood of it coming down extremely hard or extremely fast, I think, is less likely. But once again, we lose Bitcoin's bottom at 40,000, then we could very well see a correction even further. That being said, I would say that adding to your position around 28 cents is not a bad idea. Obviously, based on the simple fact that it can and should continue to increase, it's proven to do very well recently. That being said, though, if it were to digress, because the whole point of this is to anticipate a worst case scenario, we're looking at about 25 cents as the next available target, as well as 21 cents. Okay. Likelihood of it breaking below this channel here based on the amount of volume that we have at this lower price point, I think is fairly low, but if it were to, just say worst case scenario, I would say somewhere in the range of 16 cents would be another dollar cost average target. So 16, 21, and 25 are three viable targets for Gala. All right, looking at Hero. This one had a pretty meteoric rise here to fame recently, had a pretty strong increase, and as I anticipate, it's going to come back down. Makes sense, of course, it was extremely overextended. This gravestone type of pattern, of course, for this candlestick kind of signaled a reversal. That being said, the price just lost support at 76 cents, so the next key level potential DCA target would be 69, 59, and 45. 69, 59, and 45 for Hero. Yeah. All right, taking a look here at Mana. This is another one I believe is going to do very well. We actually have a swing trade position with this one open as well. So I'm not super concerned with this coming down to its worst case scenario, but if it were to, again, that's the whole point of this, to kind of prepare for that. Bitcoin loses bottom of 40,000, starts trending in the 30,000 range, which is still very likely. We could see somewhere in the range of 263 as the next available target, which did have a decent amount of volume at that price point before. There's also 240, so we should say 241 would probably be a better number, as well as 209. Okay, so 209, 241, and 263 are the three DCA targets for Mana. An extreme worst case scenario would be 169. Okay, I don't think we're going to see that happen, but anything's possible when Bitcoin loses bottom. Just keep in mind, though, look at how well Mana is done considering how much retracement we've seen from Bitcoin. Okay, pretty decent amount here. So that being said, this volume profile we have right now, yes, it's higher than the current price point, depending on obviously how far you go back. But generally speaking, there's a decent amount of volume here accumulating in the price range we're at right now. Okay, especially if you go ahead and take the most recent Fibonacci retracement levels, you can see a decent amount more volume right in this range. So again, all good stuff here. It's averaging out fairly nice right now. So I like the way that Mana is shaping up, and I personally feel like this is going to be a good coin to invest in. If you're going to take anything from this video, Axi Infinity and Mana are probably my two most favorites, and or likely candidates for probably going to be one of the first few to increase and start making some nice higher highs and higher lows once we get kind of a little less fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the market. Okay. Looking at Pyre or Vulcan Forge, PYR. This one is an interesting one. And interesting in the sense that it's had a unique history, but it's done very well for itself recently. It's averaged out quite nicely ever since the first year in the range of somewhere all the way as low as 7, unfortunately. That was pretty rough with some of the adverse news. Then, of course, coming up around 16. So pretty decent range, but if you were to kind of consider it, it's testing a nice support level here. It looks like 1170 should hold, but once again, Bitcoin drops below 40,000. We're looking at about $10.51. We're looking at $8.81, and then a worst case of $6.65. So 665, 881, and 1051 will be good DCA targets for Vulcan Forged. Okay, looking at Sandbox here next. Similar scenario here, only Sandbox is not doing as well lately than other Manas or Axis, just based on the simple fact that we've seen a pretty similar price action to Bitcoin. Okay, so this one reflects the most, the most movement of Bitcoin. This is a very similar Bitcoin movement in the last recent past. So that being said, we can kind of anticipate a very similar DCA targets to Bitcoin as far as Fibonacci retracement levels. So in other words, we're looking at 306 and 250, well, that would be 257. So 257 and 306 would be the most immediate. If we lose that, we could see somewhere in the range of 195 as a round number. Okay, so 195, 256, and 306 would be good round targets. Keep in mind, if Sand does end up losing its support around 230, we could see a decent free fall because there's a tremendously low amount of volume in this price point. So I would not be surprised if Sandbox does correct that far, but I also don't think it's possible based on the simple sentiment of how Sandbox is still a very good quality coin. Just because it's aligned itself with Bitcoin right now doesn't mean it's a bad coin, right? A lot of good coins are aligned with Bitcoin. It's just one of those things where it'll eventually likely break free, as it has proven to do so in the past, right? So I think it's going to probably break free again. It's just a matter of time. We're probably looking at a few months out, though. I wouldn't expect a strong recovery from Sandbox in the immediate future. All right, second to last, I believe, is Ultra. Ultra is actually another interesting one, where it's had a very strong increase here, right? That's when Bitcoin was increasing, right? It retraced with Bitcoin, but it ramped up super hard when Bitcoin recovered. So in other words, this one is, I would say, probably right around the 2 to 3x range, whereas it'll increase by 2 to 3 times what Bitcoin does, but it also retraces significantly as well. Okay, so we got to keep that in mind. But that being said, kind of based on where it's at, it's obviously consolidating at a support at 182, but we lose that. We're looking at 110, 102, and 90 cents. Okay, let's go with an extreme worst case scenario. If it were to candle wick down just so we get somewhere in the range of 35 from Bitcoin, we're looking at about 75 cents for the worst case scenario. So DCA target 75, 90, 102, and 110. Okay, those are good places to add to your position. All right, very last one here is UFO Gaming. And this one is a unique request from my community. I say unique just because of the fact that I actually have a lot of folks that are liking this coin, they're invested, they want to kind of know where it's going to go from here. Well, truth be told, it hasn't had the strongest opening. I mean, it opened here in December. It was a tough time to have an ICO, at least here on KuCoin. So generally speaking, it has progressed downwards. But regardless of that sentiment, we can see that there are potential worst case scenarios here, right? So its lowest point in which it's gone, at least again on this chart, is right around 644. Now the price right now is at 1066. Okay, so if we were to have a DCA target, I would say 900 is an even number, 650, and worst case we're looking at 350 and or 190. Okay, so 190, 350, 650, and 900. Those are the multiple profit targets you'd consider, or sorry, DCA targets. Kind of the inverse of a profit target too. And just to touch on that really quick, I get the question a lot is, where do I set proper profit targets? Oftentimes you want to set that just below a key level Fibonacci retracement line. Because again, if you look at this here, just as a quick example, you can see this candle wake up, right? So say you set your target right at 1750, you wouldn't have gotten filled because the likelihood of the price coming up there and getting filled and coming right back down is pretty low. You want to set it just below that key level. So somewhere in the range of just say 1700 or 1650 would have been better. So again, on the way up, you take a price point, a profit target just below a major resistance. That way you don't get too greedy and try to get filled right at that resistance level. And the inverse applies too with these DCA targets. Price comes down, you want to go ahead and try to invest in an area that's just higher than a support level. In case the price were to reject out that support, you still get filled, and the price recovers, comes right back up. There's nothing better than getting a candle wick down to get filled in your position, averaging your price down, and the price continues to recover from there and go up, right? So again, a lot of different theories, but my whole practice here is to ensure that you become a better trader, right? And these little things here, dollar cost averaging, is probably your best weapon you can use in a downward market. Obviously you can short, there's nothing wrong with that. You just want to be careful with it, especially if you're using leverage, right? I try to exercise caution with all the leverage trades that I take in my community, and I like to kind of reiterate the fact that it's very risky and you want to be careful, and you only use it within your risk tolerance. And definitely, if you're going to be using leverage, use it wisely, and only 5 to 10% of your overall portfolio size that you're trading with. Okay, again, be careful, be cautious. You can get liquidated quite easily if you are not if you don't have good risk tolerance. And those are things I try to help you develop. So again, if you want to become a better trader, CryptoCache.tech. Looking forward to getting to know you better. Thank you so much for joining me here. We'll see you in the next one. You have a great rest of your day. Take care.